Hello. This is my introduction video. I am Stephen Bauer, but you can call me the Digital Hedgehog 19 or just Digital Hedgehog 19. This is just me recording from my cell phone because, I don't have a laptop. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Some things to get to know me. I'm your basic anime fan slash video game fan slash comic book fan. I kind of love comic books as well. Like anime, comics, video games, basically love them all. And the reason I call myself Digital Hedgehog 19 is because I have a picture of Sonic the Hedgehog coming out of a digital background. It was a screensaver from my phone that, I wanted to use as my YouTube icon. This is my introduction, just to let you know that I'm out here. I've been a Sonic fan since the 2000s. Ever since the 2000s, it introduced me to Sonic. Before I ever got into Sonic, I was into a little series that everyone actually was into, and that was the Crash Bandicoot series. Mostly the PS1 trilogy. Mom? He's with Ellie. I'm right here. He's in the living room.
Well, Kevin. He's in the living room?
Yeah, he's in the living room. I'm recording.
You're recording what?
A video.
Kevin!
What?
So,
I want to tell you, Stephanie saw Matt.
yeah. My introduction to Sonic came in the early 2000s when I played Sonic Adventure on my aunt's Sega Dreamcast. My aunt had a Sega Dreamcast, and I basically played on it. I was introduced to Sonic through the Sega Dreamcast. Not the Genesis. I did not have a Sega Genesis when I was younger. I only had to go over to my aunt's house to play Sonic Adventure. However, I did eventually get a Nintendo GameCube. And the very first Sonic game that I ever got for my console was Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for the Nintendo GameCube. Yes, I played the GameCube version of Sonic Adventure 2, not the version on the Dreamcast. The second Sonic game I've ever played on the GameCube was, of course, Sonic Heroes, and then I played Shadow the Hedgehog. I did eventually play the GameCube version of Sonic Adventure 1, which I got from Blockbuster. I beat almost every story mode except for Big. I don't know, because, yeah. But Sonic Adventure, I would basically put it as my number one favorite Sonic game. I did eventually play the classic games. I played them on this thing called the Sonic Mega Collection on the PlayStation 2, which I borrowed from a friend. I mostly played Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I played the others of the Dreamcast, or the Genesis trilogy, but mostly Sonic 2 was my favorite. Sonic 2 was my absolute favorite of that trilogy. And, I just see myself coming back to Sonic 2 a lot more than the other two. Could not beat Sonic 1 hard as shit. I got furthermore in Sonic 2, and the furthest I got was Oil Ocean. that, and I could not get past the boss in Oil Ocean. I'll tell you that. That shit was fucking frustrating. I'll tell you that. I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of Oil Ocean, but you get the idea. I mean, I know most people say that the most frustrating thing about Sonic 2 was Metropolis Zone, which that may be true because of how Metropolis Zone is, being the only zone in Sonic 2 to feature 3 acts. Um I Another thing that also caught my eye during my Sonic fandom during the 2000s was the Sonic X TV show. It's basically the only animated Sonic show that I basically find myself coming back to the most. I've basically watched the English and some of the Japanese version. Most of the English and some of the Japanese. I didn't watch the entirety of the Japanese version. I'm still watching basically every episode in Japanese, but you get the idea. It's still fun to watch. True, the Japanese version is mostly praised for its music and everything, and most people say, oh, fuck the English version of Sonic X. The English version of Sonic X is total dog shit. Which I don't think that's not really the case. I don't think it was that bad. I mean, my two favorite voices of Sonic were Jason Griffith and Ryan Drummond. I do like Roger Craig Smith, but I feel like, he gets overly praised. I mean, Drummond and Griffith, they just sort of grew on me. And anyway, yeah, it just those were my two favorite Sonic voices of all time. My favorite Shadow voice, I know most people like David Humphrey from Sonic Adventure 2. Well, that's true that Humphrey was great in Sonic Heroes and Sonic Adventure 2. I gotta give more to Jason Griffith, as he also portrayed a really good Shadow. I know most people had a problem with him deepening his voice to be Shadow, but I feel like he did a good job. Um, so here are my top 5 favorite Sonic games: Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic Colors, Sonic Adventure 2, and Sonic Adventure 1. Sonic Adventure 1 is number 1, Adventure 2 is number 2, Colors is number 3, Sonic 2 is number 4, and Shadow is number 5. So that's my top 5. My top 5 favorite Sonic games. Um I also like the Kingdom Hearts series. It's very enjoyable. I do love the Kingdom Hearts series. Uh I basically was I basically, am very, caught in the middle of between which comic book company I like more, between Marvel and DC. And the two heroes are obvious favorites of mine, Batman and Superman, because I know they're obvious favorites for everyone. There's people who like Batman, or Batman and Spider-Man, I'm sorry. Why did I say Batman and Superman? But Batman and Spider-Man, Spider-Man being my favorite Marvel hero, and Batman being my favorite DC hero. Yeah, I love a lot of different Batman. My favorite Batman is Kevin Conroy. When it came to people who have played Batman, Kevin Conroy is the one true Batman. He's the Batman among Batmen. Yeah, Kevin Conroy is my man. He's my go-to guy. For Spider-Man, though, there are a lot of good Spider-Man. I'm fine with many different Spider-Man voices. Josh Keaton, voice actor Josh Keaton, like his Spider-Man from Spectacular Spider-Man, it was pretty good. I also like Christopher Daniel Barnes' portrayal from the 90s Spider-Man show. That one was pretty good. I also can do impressions. And here's one you all might like. I'm gonna do an Itachi voice. me trying to be like Crispin Freeman, so here it goes. Foolish little brother, you are too weak. Yeah. Crispin Freeman, you know, he's one of my favorite voice actors. I do like Vic Mignogna. I like Vic Mignogna as Edward Elric. Who you calling little? Yeah, I'm trying to do Vic Mignogna. I like Vic Mignogna's different roles he's done. He's one of my favorite voice actors in all of anime history. I mean, Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist, Spirit Allbarn from Soul Eater, Ikkaku from Bleach, Kensei from Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple. Others I like, Todd Haberkorn, the guy who's played some of my favorite roles, Death the Kid. Such perfect symmetry! You are amazing! Natsu from Natsu from Fairy Tail, I'm sorry. There's a fire in my belly now! Yeah, that's basically some of my favorite Todd Haberkorn roles. I basically like a lot of them. If this is my get to know me video, and, you know, yeah. And this has been my get to know me video, so this is Digital Hedgehog 19 all together, and there's no the on there, so I'm signing off.